The Rapido Composition Contest is centered around the idea of writing a new piece of chamber music quickly. A composer will pre-register, and then on a Monday morning in June, the composer finds out what the required form and instrumentation are. Then the composer has 14 days to compose the piece following those rules. We've had hundreds of composers all around the country in 50 states coast to coast, all at the same time composing a 5-minute work for chamber music.
The notion of a limited time window for writing a composition is a time-honored one and does indeed give a particular kind of urgency to what the composer produces. It's a terrific idea. That's the way they used to do it at the Paris Conservatory.
The music, it comes out differently than if you spend, 3 months working on it. Just that, like I said, sort of like that improvisational element that you just sort of have to compose with the ideas that come to you. It produces a different type of music which has a certain type of continuity to it, which I really, really enjoy.
I think it allows the composers to tap into their resources in a way that a more immediate response that they have sometimes produces more interesting results for whatever reason.
It kind of develops your composition muscles in a way that it's once you go through a process like this and do it again, then every other piece you write, you have this build-up strength to write something even quicker.
I think the attempt to write something in 14 days is amazing, because when you think about it, it's probably what Bach and Mozart did. So our predecessors, they used to pull this off, and it's a great test of talent. But the thing that's also impressive is when you hear it, you go, wow, that was written in 14 days. So it's history being made, in essence.
And I think what's interesting is what we had to do for Rapido was not just physically write the piece and get it done in exactly 14 days. But once the piece was finished, we actually had to make the piece presentable in a readable form. Then we had to produce the parts. Then we actually had to make an electronic mock-up of the piece, meaning it gives the judges something to listen to via electronics so that they have an idea how the piece is supposed to sound.
Then the judging begins. The preliminary judges are working anonymously with each of the submissions. The musicians actually sit down and read 6 or 7 or 8 pieces, and then their input is weighed into this. And then each region comes up with 3 semifinalists. The semifinalist concert competitions are each presented by the partner ensemble in each city. In Dallas, the Voices of Change. In Atlanta, the Atlanta Chamber Players. Boston's Musica Viva Ensemble presents the Northeast region. Chicago's Fifth House Ensemble. And in San Francisco, our partner is the Left Coast Chamber Ensemble. Each region chooses 1 finalist composition. The 5 national finalist works then travel on to Atlanta for the national finals, when each of the 5 regional winners will be performed live by the Atlanta Chamber Players. This year, the national winner of the Rapido contest receives premier performances of his expanded chamber work in 5 cities by the 5 partner ensembles in Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Dallas, and San Francisco. Also, very importantly, the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra is asking the national winner of Rapido to compose a brand new orchestral work, which they will be premiering in the next season. The national winner receives cash, a check for $7,500, travel allowances to attend premiere performances in the 5 U.S. cities, and a 2-week residency to write and compose at the Hambidge Center for the Creative Arts in the North Georgia mountains. Our goal with Rapido is to further the career of underserved composers, composers whose music hasn't been performed very much at all, and who really have a unique voice, have something to say, and our goal is to be the vehicle to share their music near and far.
As we deliberated and considered the particular merits of each composer, the distinctiveness of their voices, we landed on someone who we're very happy to award the first prize to, which involves then both the expansion of the chamber music piece to the 15-minute version, which will receive those performances from the partner organizations, and will also involve an ASO commission for the spring of 14. So it's very exciting to announce Charles Zoll as the winner.
The most enjoyable challenge to have, maybe one of the most difficult, but truly enjoyable challenge, is trying to choose between good things. And that was what we faced today, which was very exciting. Not trying to decide what's best or who the winner is, but knowing that there are these 5 incredibly gifted composers, and trying to choose between so much talent and gift was a great challenge to have.
What's next for Charles Zoll?
Oh, grad school. So
Yeah.
I hope my professors, wherever they are, will accept this as a project, because that's what I'll be doing for the next year, is working on this piece for full orchestra and
Yeah.
expanding the quartet, of course.
Wouldn't it be fun if, through the Rapido contest, we could discover a composer who would go on to have a very important influence and impact on the future of music composition? That's our dream, is to be able to be a part of giving that extra special boost to a composer who has something to say to the world.